Caroline?
Jeff, thanks so much. Well, we are almost 5 months deep into 2025, which is crazy to say. And it's always important to know where the housing market is standing. Of course, we have Dannel Shepard here with us, giving us all of those real estate insights. Thanks so much for joining us this morning.
As always, it's a pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, of course.
Love being here. Thank you.
So the question I feel like we tend to start off with, but it's important to know, is it a buyer's market yet? What are we looking at right now?
So you jumped the gun, but no, it's not yet. Now,
Okay.
are we starting to see some balancing? Yes.
Okay.
But the thing is, the demand is still strong, and recently we've had a lot of inventory as far as listings come out.
Right.
So as long as our inventory continues to increase, it's still going to be an edge, right? Because it's still not going to be enough inventory to match the buyer demand that we have. But we are starting to notice a balance. Well, one thing I would like to say, it is definitely a neighborhood by neighborhood or area by area case. I don't want to map the whole Cincinnati, right? Or the tri-state or Northern Kentucky, India, because there are some neighborhoods that still to this day are getting multiple offers. There are some that's, buyers can't get in fast enough, and there are some sellers that are actually, 30 days on the market. So it truly depends on where you are in the city and the quality of the home.
Now, on the flip side, if people are getting ready to sell, what are some of the things, especially heading into the summer, that they really need to focus on?
They really want to focus on first impression is everything, right? You want to make sure that if you need to paint, get your painting done. If you need to fix, if you got water heaters, HVAC, major things that need to be done, go ahead and get it done, because when that person walked through, even like I said, the HVAC system, if it's hot that day and they walk through and they feel the heat, or you're cutting corners on your repairs, people are going to notice that. And when you don't have the best quality product up front, buyers are going to take a longer time, and they're going to start to think about the product versus purchasing it.
Right.
So,
give them a little bit too much time to think.
Definitely.
Yeah. What are interest rates looking like?
Well, so we've teeter-totter. We went down all the way to a 6.5. Now we're back to 7. I checked this morning for a conventional loan. It is a 7%. I think, and again, we can't control it, but if we can get a steady 6.5, 6.7, I think, the market, again, we get used to being like, it's not 7, right? Is it 6? Is it 5? No, but when they're steady, we know what we're dealing with and we're okay, and now we can plan accordingly.
Right.
So, yeah, rates are the rates.
Yeah, not really anything we can do about those.
Right.
Now, for someone who might own their home, but they're not looking to buy and not looking to sell right now, why is it still important for them to kind of be aware of what's going on in the market, especially with things, like you said, kind of teeter-tottering back and forth?
Well, it kind of gives them a sense of value, right? You want to know what your neighbors are doing. You want to know what's going on around you, because that lets you know, right? Because we all have a honey to-do list every day, so you never want to get behind on it. Even if you don't plan on selling or plan on buying, you want to make sure that your finances are intact. You want to make sure that, you have a budget in mind. You always want to stay ready and stay prepared, so when that time does come, you're not behind the 8 ball. Yeah. Because one advice I will give sellers, this is not COVID times, it's not COVID prices. A lot of times, and you hear location, location, location.
Right.
I like to say location, condition, and price. When those three, like a trifecta, get together, product moves, things go fast. So you want to make sure that you can always, if you don't have the most desirable location, you keep the condition, and the price will reflect it. Buyers, you have to pay attention to that, because if those three line up, everybody's going to be in there. Everybody's going to want it, especially in the first-time home buyer range. I mean, and there's some neighborhoods where it's higher, but again, that demand is strong. And as inventory increase, you just want to make sure you stay ahead.
Helping us stay ahead of the game. I appreciate it. As always, thanks so much for those insights. We so appreciate you joining us this morning.
No problem. Thank you for having me.
Of
It's a
course.
pleasure, as always.
Of course. And stick with us. We'll be right back.